Good morning, mamas. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wise Woman Wednesday. I'm so glad to be here with you today and to be sharing one of the wisest women I know. Silvia is going to be talking to us today about how to turn our triggers into treasures. And I felt like this was a really important topic on a month when we're talking about manifesting. So Silvia, I see that you are here. I am adding you now. And we shall see if it works. Speaking of manifesting, I'm knowing that it's working. Yay! Silvia, you're here. And you
I'm
have a
having,
little sidekick.
I do. He kind of started crying, and I'm like, okay, let's do it together.
That's right. That's right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be quick today because you literally have your hands full. And then we'll
I'm doing
also have
okay.
you back another time when we can dive deeper. But before
Yeah,
we get into it, why don't you introduce yourself so that the mommies can get to know you a little bit?
of course. So my name is Silvia. I'm a transformational coach, and I'm specializing in turning triggers into treasure. And my mission is to support women specifically to, to get to get that power back from feeling overwhelmed all the time and overcoming childhood trauma specifically, and situations that keep us still blocked and limiting beliefs, and finding this freedom uh, through working through the shadow, through triggers, and releasing all this and finding our freedom.
I am so excited to be talking about this because I find that as a life coach, we often have a preconceived notion that it's going to be all sunshine and butterflies. And that thought process causes us to kind of push down the shadows. So I'm really happy that you're offering us an opportunity to shine some light into the shadows so that we can slowly begin to find our way. So
Absolutely.
welcome.
Thank you.
And let's just go there.
Yeah, so I will tell a little bit about myself, just really quickly about my story and why triggers is so important in my life. So I grew up with a father that was triggered uh, all day, every day. At that time, I didn't knew that was a trigger. All I was seeing was him getting angry all the time, frustrated, irritated, apparently for no reasons at all. So for us as children, it was very hard to be around him, and even for my mom. So it was a very, hard environment to be in and to grow up in. And you like all the time you need to walk on shells and think what you'll say that for not agitating him or not getting him angry or stuff like that. So my brother and sister, we were like, oh, we will not be like our father ever, and everybody was judging him because nobody was understanding what is going on with this man, what's wrong with him. He has such a beautiful family, wife, and everything is amazing. What's wrong here? So because I grew up with that being judged, like, oh, this is bad. This is like, no, I will never be like this. And it was very good. I was good at that for a while until I got married, and because when we getting into relationships, specifically relationships that are long lasting or stuff like that, a lot of stuff is awakening. A lot of stuff is like our button. I call that our button are pushed all the
Yeah.
time, like, what is wrong with me? So what started to happen with me was I started having these reactions unexpectedly, and I couldn't understand myself. In the beginning, it was like, oh, maybe I'm just tired. Oh, maybe, something, oh, it's his fault. Something, he didn't understood me. And something like that. But I was very aware of flip that was happening, because I was a very calm person, relaxed in life, very caring. And here, like, it's coming up something that I'm like, no, this is not me. This is not me. I'm not this thing. So as more as I resisted the process, the thing, it inflamed more and more. It's like a volcano, like awakening, and you like don't have control over. And it was so devastating for me, because I was seeing very clearly that I am acting just like my father. And my partner was like trying to figure out how to help me, but he like, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's wrong here. Like, everything, what I'm doing, it's okay, but you perceive everything wrong. So I was seeing that. My salvation was in the thing that I was aware. My father is still unaware of his trauma. So I started digging deeper. So from this place of kind of, oh my gosh, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me. Life is happening to me. Like, everybody is against me, especially my partner, and this self-talk going on inside me. I was in such a low place. I even hit a depression, because I'm like, seeing myself as my father was like the worst thing in the world, And so from that place, I started digging deeper, researching, what is that? Why am I acting like this? What is anger? What is, frustration? What is irritation? What is, just trying to understand myself, and why apparently these little things created in me so much, emotional charge. So from this place of being very low, I basically started an awakening for me, and a completely new journey, where I was very, focused on understanding myself and creating the life that I really want, because I was living in a completely different space, in a space that I didn't enjoy. And I was feeling like completely failing and failed completely in my life. So this is why trigger it's such a passion for me, because I figured it out. I realized, I understood why I am triggered, what is behind the trigger,
Yeah.
How can I identify the trigger and stop myself before reacting, not hurting people and then like, oh, I'm sorry, and just the damage is done already, So, and transforming all these triggers and trauma into treasure, because you understand what is going on behind. And here is the beauty of this.
That's so beautiful. Will you dip into that toolbox that you created for yourself and share with us a super tip on how we can dip our toes into turning our triggers into treasures? Maybe just one tangible tool for us to start.
Yeah. I will tell you just one thing. Are you feeling good now, huh? So one thing that can change your life completely is when you triggered by a situation or a person. It's not about the person. It's about us. And what is coming through this person is the message. The message, like this trigger is the messenger, what needs to be healed inside us. So this sounds beautiful, but when we actually in a trigger,
yes,
it's crazy. You can't see this like this. So I literally write on the walls in every room. Now I remember it, but when I started, I like, like affirmations. What is a trigger? And when I'm triggered, I'm coming back like, okay, it's not anybody's fault. It's my time to heal. It's my opportunity to heal. And what you can do in the emotional charge when you're really charged, because I know we just, when we realize we triggered or we're already, it's already inflamed. It's here. It's like
Yes.
explosion.
Yes.
So your body will tell you, you'll feel hot somehow. Like me, I can feel my back hot, literally, before I am. So you just go into exploring a little bit what is your body telling you, and breathing a lot, breathing and staying present. This is what is, it's a big, huge tool that I'm still using for myself, because we triggered all day and every day, and some days are better, easier, some days are really tough, and we just need to know that there is nothing wrong with us, absolutely nothing wrong, because behind our trigger, this is the second tip I think I will go with. It's our inner child, it's our inner child. It's our trauma or you don't have to have, big trauma and situations that you, like me, I was in a situation where the trauma was very prominent. But even the best parents, they didn't know how to be parents. It's so hard to be a parent, and you will have these emotions or situations where you were you remain stuck in time, and this is your inner child. This is the pain that is calling you again through triggers. So know that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a need for integration and paying attention to what is inside and wants to be healed.
And we, just like we don't want to shame our literal children, we don't want to shame that inner child too. And so just like, I love how you speak about that part of us that has experienced trauma as our inner child. And so
absolutely
to speak to that little girl with as much kindness as we would speak to our own kids.
Absolutely. And this can really change completely the way you approach yourself, look at yourself, understand yourself, and you don't beat yourself. I literally stopped beating myself up when I am doing something wrong. I know this is my inner child took over me. And it's okay. It's okay. We just have to develop this, this openness and conversations, even with our children. I'm doing so many mistakes, in a day, but then I'm just going on my knees, looking them in the eyes and apologizing and telling them, you know what? I'm not perfect. It's not easy to be a mom. And I really love you. And I'm sorry if I hurt you. So this is something that our parents didn't do with us. They didn't even knew that it's important or something. So we can't even blame our parents. What we know now, our parents had no idea. Because we still live in like an emotional dark age. People just try to understand what an emotion is and how important it is. But 30 years ago, 20 years ago, oh my gosh, it was really hard for them to see that at all. So,
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for those tips, Silvia. Is there anything else you want to share with us? I know, like we were saying, you have your hands full.
Yeah, I just wanted to very quickly to talk about manifesting and how we block ourselves while manifesting just because we don't pay attention to our own triggers, and we slow down the process of manifesting without even knowing. So I will talk specifically for positive affirmations. We know we're using a lot positive affirmations, and when we want to manifest something, relationship, money, or, you know, whatever is coming to, whatever we want, we say the affirmation. And when you start a new affirmation, when you want to do something new that you know, you kind of, it's a pain, like, oh, I have this and I want to change it and stuff. Some emotions can come up. What we are doing, so this is my own process that I've learned. What I was doing, I'm like, I just pushing through it. Like, I have to say it over and over again, like fake it until you make it and stuff like this. But it wasn't working. I was waiting like months and months and nothing was happening. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why is not working? And then I started to apply my, my own knowledge about triggers. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable about this affirmation. Something, I don't know. So I started basically allowing myself to feel the uncomfortableness. Like, okay, I don't know now an affirmation that I can bring, but it's just, I don't know. I'm the best mom in the world, right? And no, you're not. No, you're not.
Right.
You did that. Look at you. Just 5 minutes ago.
So you didn't believe your affirmation. Even
exactly.
Didn't matter how many times you said it. You didn't trust yourself that it was actually true.
Yeah. And what was happening when I'm saying the affirmation to help me reach what I want,
right?
The problem is in front of this affirmation will be my limiting belief.
Yeah.
And if I'm not working through the limiting belief, acknowledging it, I'm saying, okay, I'm actually here, not believing that, not being in the place that I want, but I'm denying it. It's actually a resistance.
Yeah.
It's a resistance. And what we resist persists, right? We know that. But we are so afraid to look at negative things that are inside us, because we believe that if you focus on something, it's amplifying. And this is somehow it's true. But you don't stay there forever.
Right.
You know, you just look at it, acknowledge it, take your power back. You don't feed that belief anymore. You know, if you see it, it started to fade. It's starting to fade. So you gain power, actually, instead of fear and like, oh, if I am seeing it, it will be more and more of that. And this is not what I want to manifest, you know. And this is not the case. I saw that in my life over and over again. It's important to see the shadow. It's there anyway. It's like putting the dust under the rug, but it's there anyway. You know this. You can't lie to yourself. Really, we can't lie to ourselves. Absolutely not. Ever. Like, we can suppress, deny, eating something sweet and, you know, something good and like, oh, life is amazing, tra-la-la. But, but actually it's not true. So, yeah, I hope this helped to, you know, in manifestation, because it's coming. It's coming. And if we look at it really openly and honestly, just we need to be really brutally honest with ourselves in this process. And the more we honest with our triggers and trauma and pain and shadow, the more empowered we become, actually, instead of, you know, the reverse. So people think, oh, no, shadow, no, just positive, being positive, looking at the beautiful part of life. And there is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely.
Right.
But if you deny the shadow, you deny a part of yourself. You deny this little wounded child that needs love and attention. Yeah.
What it brings to mind for me is this word emotion, and it has embedded in it motion. And so our emotions are supposed to be in movement, and it's when they get stagnant often because we stuff them down, we ignore them, thinking that that will make them go away. But really, that causes them to fester. And it's when we allow them to rise to the surface that they can then move.
Exactly.
And this is positive emotions as well as, negative emotions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's when we shine that light on them that we can let them pass through and do their good work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Silvia. Where can the mommies find you in the future if they want to work more on their triggers with you?
Yeah, so I will post a link for signing up to my free 5-day challenge. If someone is interested just to, dig deeper into what is a trigger, how to identify the trigger, how to learn what is behind and transforming it into your own treasure, becoming empowered, everybody can sign up, and the training will be launched on 25th of June. And I have a gift from my heart to everybody who sign up. Inner child meditation. It's a very short meditation, but very powerful, where we can connect with our inner child and see when we are triggered, what is actually going on in our subconscious mind. And from this place to making a different decision instead of feeling a victim and that life is like happening to us and we don't have any power. So this is, and also when you sign up, while you sign up, you will see an invitation to my closed group, Turning Your Triggers into Treasures. And you can find me there.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your generosity with that gift.
Yeah, of course. I am really passionate about this, and I want people really to understand that there is nothing wrong with them. And there is place for compassion. It's a time for compassion and healing when it's coming to triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your baby, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity, Isabel.
Yes, you're so welcome. Bye.
Bye.